Good evening. It is 6 o'clock, and I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. All the board members are present. It is the practice of our Board of Education to begin our meetings with prayer. Okay, so that's a little hot. Okay, we'll have to begin our meetings with prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. We invite you to bow your heads in prayer and stand to join us in the pledge if you so choose.
Let us bow our heads. Lord, we respectfully ask for your guidance and wisdom as we proceed with the business before us. Keep us mindful of our purpose of providing a quality education for the students attending Taylor County Schools.
The educational program plans that align with our district's goals of preventing juvenile delinquency, reducing truancy, and fostering positive relationships between students and law enforcement was said to be the goal. Now, school resource officers can hold a unique and powerful position in shaping youth perception of civic responsibility and law enforcement. To strengthen this partnership and promote proactive prevention, I propose that each SRO develop and present annual educational activity plans for board review and administrative approval. These plans should include 1. Age-appropriate classroom presentations or workshops on topics such as conflict resolution, personal safety, digital citizenship, in other words, cyberbullying, and decision-making. Community building events, including mentorship programs, positive behavior reinforcement, and service learning projects. To help students view officers as trusted mentors rather than enforcers. Because it has come to my attention that principals have not been communicated with by these officers or any kind of other administrative faculty about what these officers are actually to be doing in our school, other than intimidating the student population. 3. Collaborative initiatives with school counselors, teachers, and community organizations that support attendance improvement, mental health awareness, and constructive peer interaction. Such programming should follow evidence-based frameworks supported by the U.S. Department of Justice's Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention and adhere to trauma-informed, culturally responsive practices. Because in the curriculum, it does outline that it is an initiative in our health classes to promote desensitizing children to police presence. So that would indicate that there has been a traumatization by police to our children. So I believe SROs should be trauma-informed and trained properly in child development. Attire and equipment policy. In preserving the integrity of the learning environment, I strongly urge the board to establish an appropriate attire and safety policy for officers working in direct contact with students. Specifically, SROs should wear professional school-appropriate uniforms, such as polo or dress shirts with law enforcement insignia, khakis, and tactical pants, rather than full tactical gear. At no time should a firearm be carried or on their person within classrooms, hallways, cafeterias, playgrounds, or any space where children are present.
There's 30 seconds.
Secure firearm storage should be available in a locked and monitored location on school grounds, accessible only under defined emergency procedures in collaboration with local law enforcement leadership. So, in conclusion, I think before you all decide to spend $250,000 of taxpayer money to put police in the schools where you have outreach people to do home visits, to help with truancy concerns, I think you should be presented the facts and how you're spending our money and how you plan to keep our children safe. Thank you.
I'll introduce them for you, if that's all right.
That does move us into the 1000 series, and we are going to hear from some of our fantastic friends here at West Taylor. Dr. Stallings is going to introduce those. He's got the list.
Thank you. I wanted to start with an apology for oversight and then leaving your names off of the list. So we do have, because we're here being hosted at West Taylor, we wanted to recognize that and certainly recognize the building principal, Mrs. Cynthia Knotts. People recognize you well, and we appreciate you being here. And so she will follow with her presentation and or follow her colleagues' presentations. That will be her decision. So thank you for having us this evening.
All right, well, welcome. We always enjoy having you over here at West Taylor. It's a pleasure to bring you all here, and we'll be able to highlight what we do here at West Taylor. I know everybody's busy and not everyone gets a chance to see, so we like to take this opportunity and let you know all the great things going on here. If you notice, I laid at everyone's seat. I went ahead and thought it would be much easier and that you could take this with you and you could review this at your leisure. There's a lot of things that we are doing. Academics at the top. We've had a great start to our benchmarking. Our kids are showing, I think, and my teachers here can possibly agree with me, that our students have carried the summer well. They've come back, they've done really well on the beginning benchmark. We've seen a lot of positives. We actually, one of our other highlights that we celebrate, and that our 3rd and 4th grade teachers, we received our West Virginia GSA scores, and it was sent to me in a text message by a colleague and said, wow, have you checked this out? And out of the 355 elementary schools in the state of West Virginia, we were at 39, and we came up 31 positions from the previous year. So that was, yeah, we were very proud of that, and it's these girls. They work very hard, very academic, focused. We're very blessed that we have Miss Helen Roberts, who is always there, willing to supply what we need. We've had a lot of new curriculum, a lot of new things handed to us, and you all probably know what that's like when you get that. You get a little apprehensive, but they've done a fantastic job. I can't say enough about them. So without any further ado, I'm not going to go through the whole packet with you. That is for you to look at. If you have any questions, you are more than welcome to ask me. If you want to look at these and then have questions later, you are more than welcome to contact me or stop by, and I would be more than willing to discuss any of these with you. On the last page is something that we started new this year. Our community and schools, our Star News, Miss Kirkpatrick, everybody, we've got a lot of people involved. We started West Taylor News, and we send this out we send it out electronically, and then we do offer to any parents who do not want it electronically, would like to have a hard copy, we do send those home. So, it's a good way to make sure that we're reaching all of our parents, and it's just information for them. So I've had a lot of positive comments, and a lot of parents are excited to get this news. Some of it, applies, some of it doesn't, but it does give them a little bit more of an insight on, hey, what's going on inside of West Taylor. So, and they like the important dates. It's a nice that, we like to put our PTO things on there. We have a very active PTO here at West Taylor. You can see our change wars going on behind. It's a little down now, but we were talking about it a while ago, and at the end of the week, that's when they turn it on. They all want to win, so they will have that. So if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them, and if not, I'm going to turn it over to our LSIC chair. Miss Kathy Noble.
Welcome back to West Taylor. As you know, I'm Kathy Noble, and I'm a first grade teacher here. I'm also chairman of the local school improvement council. We are very fortunate this year to have all of our community and business positions filled. Our council's met twice so far. One of our primary focuses is attendance. Our current attendance rate at that meeting was 96.19%. We had 5 students that were considered chronically absent, but 3 of those were due to family vacations. They were having a good time while we were all here. When necessary, attendance letters have been sent. The county is following the same attendance policy as last year. Mrs. Knotts meets monthly with Mrs. McCartney to review attendance data. And Ms. Jenkins, our community school, has given you more detailed information in your packet about attendance. We'd like to thank the board for several important improvements they've made at our school since last year. As you can see when you come up, it's no longer dark. We have lots of lights now. In fact, there was some out last week, and the maintenance crew came and lit us back up. The window tinting on all the doors and windows is now completed. We have a new front parking lot with additional spaces. These were very much needed. I know most of you came in the front and the back. They already had the pylons put in for the new canopy addition. We're just apparently waiting on the materials. We're hoping that project's completed by the end of the month. We're also extremely grateful for all the new cameras that are installed on the campus. West Taylor has already practiced multiple safety codes this year. Teachers have received updated safety posters and flip charts as needed. And we're going to review our procedures again on our next professional development day, along with our details of our new intercom system. Parents and teachers are very thrilled about the addition of our school resource officers this year. Dr. Stalling, Sheriff Durrett, and Mrs. Knotts have worked together to work on the officers' role in the school. Currently, officers are present daily. They're on a rotating basis, and the students truly enjoy seeing them at lunch and recess and in the hallways. And the 4th grade is even earning to get to play kickball with them. So they really like that. A few committee concerns were parent pickup. We need to make that run just a little more smoothly. It's pretty smooth. But we noticed that the stars are on the ground. Some of the parents can't see those for where the kids stand. So we've now put colored cones. So when we say move to the red star, they can see a cone too. So that has helped to move things more efficiently. One of our other concerns is our playground equipment. Next year, the school will be 20 years old. The playground equipment is a little older than that. So that's something, most of it came from Prennytown and Hepzibah. So we're going to start exploring options for full replacement of the playground. Mrs. Knotts is going to form a committee through Faculty Senate to investigate costs and potential updates. And it seems to be very expensive to put a new playground in. But for right now, Mrs. Knotts has sent quotes and invoices to maintenance for replacement of our sliding board, and 4 of our 8 swings are broken, and a purchase request has been submitted to maintenance for that too. In closing, once again, we sincerely thank you for visiting our school and for your continued support. The improvements made over the past year have made a real difference for our students, staff, and our families. And next is Bethany McQueen, our Faculty Senate President.
Good evening, everyone. Like Mrs. Noble just said, my name is Bethany McQueen. I'm one of the interventionists that we have here at West Taylor and also the Faculty Senate President. It's truly a privilege to welcome the Board of Education to our school today. We are excited to have you with us, and we hope that you get a true sense of the energy, innovation, and dedication that defines our school community. In the classroom, our educators are consistently going above and beyond to provide an engaging and dynamic learning environment. Our 4th grade team is part of a council that is diving deeper into understanding the science of reading and numeracy. They have been to meetings and training sessions on West Taylor's behalf to bring back information to our teachers. Ms. Brown, one of our special education teachers, will also be attending a conference later this week to further understand the requirements of the 3rd Grade Success Act regarding dyslexia and how we as teachers can better support our students. She will also be taking an ECAT training to help those with questions. that have any questions. During our summer academy session, I received some training on how to navigate and implement the intervention portion of our math series, which is wonderful. We are continuing our training with the intervention kits later this month. With the training and the kit, we have been able to use the strategies in our lessons designed to help our students succeed in math that is also in the same way that our classroom teachers are too. Most importantly, though, we create an inclusive, supportive environment for our students. Our faculty has made it a priority to implement what we have learned from participating in Capturing Kids' Hearts, a program that focuses on creating meaningful relationships with our students. From greeting students at the door to using signals in the classroom to quietly check in, teachers are continuously working together to support each student's unique needs. We are thrilled to be able to share these moments with you today. We hope that you leave here not only with a sense of pride for all that is happening with our school, but with deeper understanding on how your leadership is enabling these amazing achievements. So thank you again.
Dr. Stallings, do you have additional information for us?
I do, Ms. Garvin.
Great.
As you can see, I'm passing out a copy of the superintendent's updates for this evening. Quick overview for a number of things, starting with Anna Jarvis Elementary School's new construction happening. If you drive by, you'll notice that the eastmost section, that's the administrative offices, gymnasium, kitchen, and commons area, they're currently taking shape. Also the preparation for second floor on the westernmost portion, which will be the two-floor educational classroom section is underway. Flemington Elementary School is still working on continuing the final touches of the exterior sealant, which is called duct pointing, to be followed by installation of the new roof access through the existing westernmost second floor hallway window. In addition, finally, and I'm sure Dr. Decker and Mr. Dolan and many other people at Flemington Elementary School are excited to tell you that the long-awaited, in excess of a year, roof HVAC unit that has been on back order, or whatever they were telling us, has finally arrived to Clarksburg, only through, and I might say this as carefully as I can, but I want to make sure I acknowledge the work from those people I just mentioned, as well as our architectural firm. And sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know, but we abandoned the long-awaiting, over the year waiting for that one company, only to find another company who would give us the same unit quickly. And so the Flemington Elementary School will soon have that installed and won't be waiting like they did they were very patient with us through the last school year. West Taylor, where we've just heard some wonderful reports. I want to do one more quick shout out. Just such a wonderful thing about the student achievement data that we've learned. It's no small feat that your school bounces, I won't say climbs, they worked really hard, but they bounced up in the state to such a degree, and we need to be proud of that. It takes a lot of effort from everybody, the parent groups here, the administrative team, the counselor, all the teachers, every part of it, your cooks, your custodian. There's not a person of the faculty and staff here that doesn't get some credit for that, because they have a family at West Taylor Elementary School that's demonstrating some real success. I'm proud of that. Taylor County Middle School. One more thing about West Taylor. In case you came in the back, you'll notice there are those concrete pods that are on either side. They're flanking the sidewalk. Those are the foundational pieces of the near future canopy that's forthcoming. We were talking about with the contractors just today, and they anticipate that happening maybe before you know it. So that'll be a great addition. The Taylor County Middle School, as you know, took some time to craft an idea to create some recreational equipment locations across their external campus, so that rather than just going outside to do the walk around the circle drive or the track, students will have a variety of different activities to take part in on any given day, weather permitting. Likewise, Grafton High School is the proposal that is being made regarding the school building authority's hopeful contribution and support of us while we are looking at their HVAC system has been scheduled. My proposal has been scheduled for November 3rd. I will be driving to Charleston like we did before when we talked about the bond election to make a proposal about collaborating with them. More on that once I've done that. New Transportation Department building, as you well know, we just were in the process of doing the bidding process. We did have some people interested. As many as 8 came to our initial bid information meeting. Subsequently, we received bids from 5 companies, and we were able to award, as is recognized in your addendum. It was that close to the time for this meeting that we were able to award the successful bidder so that we can move forward on that project. Lastly, we have, finally, as has been mentioned a couple times this evening, resource officers, school resource officers in all 5 of our locations, and those are working with their individual school principals. I'm getting, I guess tonight, mixed reviews, but up until this evening I was getting very positive reviews about the collaboration that's taking place with principals, the interaction with our students who are responding. What we feel is quite positive. They're enjoying the interaction with that, such as soccer games. I think, did I just hear that tonight? Oh, kickball, excuse me. My son, I'm a soccer guy, so, okay, sorry. All right. So, in addition, I have attached a copy of the Flemington Elementary School's monthly report, similar to what you received in the packet from Ms. Knotts. And lastly, there's an attachment that talks about parameters of employee freedom of speech that was issued to us from the State Department, and I provided a copy of that for your reading pleasure information. In addition, I have one other thing that I'd like to pass out to each of you. You had requested information about the weapon detection equipment that you purchased when I first started working with you, and it has been put into place at both our middle school and our high school per your request, and there's an update from so far this year and the different locations. I know that we had discussed and planned intentionally that would be done in some random fashion so that none of our students, should there be one who was inclined to challenge that concern from safety, that we would do it in a random fashion so no specific schedule was in place. That way we believe, enhancing the opportunity to first identify someone that was ill-intending to enter a school, as well as just making sure that not anyone is totally able to schedule that. God forbid that would be the case, but that's just another one of the many reasons we're trying to enhance all the security reasons in the school system. I hope that information is helpful. Thank you.
Questions? I want to say thank you for this.
Is that mic need to be turned off?
I'm trying.
It may have been mine as well.
You just got to hold on to it, because I had a hard time getting mine off, too. I thought I turned it on and would never get it off. I want to say thanks to the staff. I know that was a long time coming to implement the weapons detection in the schools. It was a lot of trial and error of trying to get it up and running and not being a burdensome process. And I know you all worked very, very hard on that. So getting the report on this also is nice. So I just want to put a thank you out across the system on all the hard work that you guys have done on implementing that system. And also knowing that what you've done to implement that system is very much appreciated by everybody that's has kids in the school, and that staff as well. So any little bit we can do to try to ensure safety is at the forefront, and it's appreciated. Thank you. Now I got to get this off.
So I know at our last meeting, I think it was, asked for updates regarding Flemington, the concession stand, and I think that there was some of our materials or something that was kind of furthering that process. So I was just wondering if you all could provide us an update on that. Have they begun any of that?
Again, we are still in the process of that. We have lifts and things still in the way, so they are waiting just to hear from me. So
Okay.
he has assured me that once we clear that area, that they're ready to move on that project. So he is just, Mr. Shaw is just waiting for our contractor to move that out. Hopefully we get that, the HVAC is supposed to be installed next week. So we're hopeful that that will move that process along to get roofing done and all of that point done, where we won't need that lift anymore. So
Okay.
hopefully that will be soon, or rather than later.
Okay.
So they are, again, just waiting on our contractor to get out of the way for them now.
Okay, thank you.
All right, are there any other board member questions? Board member updates? Committee meeting reports? Hearing none, we will move to the 2000 series. Superintendent respectfully requests approval of the minutes from the regular meeting of September 23rd, 2025.
Moved.
Mrs. Gallo moves. Mr. Taylor seconds. Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. I question that because I only heard 3 voices. Thank you. We have policies and codes on the first reading. No movement on those tonight unless somebody's got a question. Hearing none, we'll move to the agreements and contracts, MOUs. Superintendent respectfully requests approval of items 2079 through 2081 in the 2000 series.
So moved.
Mr. Taylor moves.
Second.
Mrs. Gallo seconds. Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving into the consent calendar. We've got purchase orders, requests to use facilities, some chaperones, a little bit of out-of-county travel. Yes, ma'am.
To do the addendum item,
Oh,
2082.
I apologize. I do not have that pulled up.
Here.
Thank you. Superintendent respectfully requests approval of item 2082 in the 2000 series. It's a construction contract. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Mrs. Gallo moves.
Second.
Mr. Taylor seconds. Questions, comments, concerns?
I do, but I need to see I passed down my paper.
Yep.
Phase 1. So this is phase 1.
Yes, ma'am.
What in the world is the cost going to be for phase 2? Because I've been kind of a little bit
We do not have
not
that.
real thrilled with the cost of this project. Even though we needed the building, definitely, but I wasn't. Remember when we went to look at the building, I was a little worried about if there was going to be a lot of additional costs. So what would be the cost of phase 2?
We don't have that proposal from the architect yet, Mrs. Knotts. I apologize for that. It's just not available. The phase 1, as you'll recall, was the initial piece regarding making sure that the restrooms are
Right.
ADA compliant, and the additional pieces that are in the planning stage haven't been finalized with all the garage, oh, excuse me, the garage doors that are being
Right.
for accessing the rear of the building for the buses and maintenance of them. But as far as an actual dollar figure for any proposal, that has not been provided to us as yet.
But the phase one, if I remember, and what you just listed down through, that's pretty much all of the heavier, that's
Well-
the heavy hitters, right?
Well, the next phase will include such things as relocating their fueling
Yep,
potential for
yep.
the traveling, and then making that operational so that we can eventually abandon their current and exhume those that are underground. I could not hear that.
I said that the pricing is not gonna be a step pricing, it's gonna be lateral if anything.
I agree.
All right, thanks for reminding me.
So the tanks would be in phase, probably the next phase? Is that? There's only two. Just the two. Okay.
We have options when we get to that phase. So if it gets to be too big of a cost, then we can scale back and seek other options. So.
To clarify, phase two is only, it's tanks. So it will be implementation of tanks, fuel stations. There's nothing else happening to the building. So phase two is all about fuel tanks. And then decisions of size and all those things, as Mr. Dolan just mentioned.
You should recall that was one of our main motivations for seeking another location for the transportation department. I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, thank you.
Any additional questions? At this point, we have an open motion on the floor. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Now, moving into the 3000 series. Purchase orders, facility use, chaperones, out-of-county travel. Superintendent respectfully requests approval of items 3037 through 3045 in the 3000 series.
So moved.
Mrs. Gallo moves.
Second,
Mrs. Knott seconds. Questions, comments, concerns?
I just have a comment. On the 3038 through 3040 on the request to use facilities, can we
Yeah.
make sure that we put the 4 on the motion? Instead of just, I know it's back here in our forms where they fill out, but on the agenda, it doesn't say what it's for.
Oh, so you would like it to say for 4-H camp or
Yeah, 'cause it
for
normally
family
does.
reunion or for,
Yeah, doesn't it normally, have that in there? I'm almost positive that that's how it's always been.
I'd have to go back and look. I don't know.
Could you repeat that louder, please? I'm having
Yeah,
real
they
difficulty
couldn't hear
hearing
me.
over this other noise.
Well, I think it's just nice, I'm pretty sure it's been in there, what the usage is for. If not, I think it would be nice to have it on there, so when the community picks up an agenda for the Sunshine Act, they can see what the school facilities are being used for by community members. Just me, but I might be wrong.
You're not.
So to be clear, you want the form or the agenda to include not only who, where, when,
And
but
what for.
why?
Well, one of them does.
Right.
One of them does, but I don't think the,
So 3038 does not include a reason. You're right.
yeah, I had to go look it up.
Okay.
Thank you. That's a good point. Thank you, Doug.
All right. So noted, and we will see that change in the future. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm the one causing trouble tonight.
If you'd like some clarification, I think
That's your job.
the tab 3 should have clarification on it.
It is, I believe Mrs. Knott's concern is clarification for the public who does not have access to the tab.
Sure.
Why on earth does the health department want the entirety of the high school?
Well,
What is going on?
I have an idea.
Yeah, it's for a stakeholders community health spring fling, for anyone that wants to know that that's what it's for.
They have in mind a very good activity that's going to be community supportive, almost like the Back to School Bash offers all those individual tables, etc. It's going to be more of an informational fair as well as activities.
Okay. At this point, do you have any additional questions? At this point, we have an open motion on the floor. All those in favor? Aye. I heard 5. Motion passes. Taking us to the 4,000 series financials, statement of accounts, vouchers payable, and financial updates. Mr. Dolan, tell us happy things.
Good evening. Absolutely. Inside your packet, we received 2 grants since the last meeting. So I had 2 budget supplements for your approval tonight. One was for our CTE program in the amount of $2,000, and the other was for Title I in the amount of $1,000. And I've already received a few others that will be approved at the next meeting. Inside your packet for the vouchers payable, the first part of that is checks that have already been written since the last meeting for various items related to payroll and other items that we have to pay bills to keep the county moving forward. Your next group of papers are, upon your approval, are checks to be written, which, those will all be printed tomorrow and sent out to the appropriate vendors to make payments on invoices that we have received in the county. The last item you requested at the meeting, the previous meeting, was an update on our finances. So inside your packet, you have a West Virginia State Treasurer's Office Statement of Accounts. I commonly refer to that as our savings account. At the end of August, it was holding $9,401,693.42. When I bring this to you at next month, we had to switch some money out of the bank account into this account, so it's a little bit higher this month than it was last month. We did accrue $38,616.28 in accrued interest for the month of August. The next statement of accounts is the money from the bond proceeds. That money is currently sitting, or at the end of August, was sitting at $14,148,719.94. That's where the payments for the construction of Anna Jarvis come out of. So at least once a month we receive requests for payments from our architect, our general contractor, and others related to that project. That account accrued $57,520.57 in interest in that month. The last bit of information I provided was the bank statement for the month of August. If you look in there, you'll see that the prior balance was $1,429,16, and at the end of the month we had $3,786,354.35, and that caused me to transfer money there at the end of the month, because if we get over a certain amount in the bank, then we have to pay a little bit extra. So to keep that from happening, I had to transfer money into that other account. Any questions?
No, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. All right, superintendent respectfully requests approval of items in the 4,000 series. Mr. Taylor moves. I will second. Any additional questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. That sounds like 5. Motion passes.
Miss
Moving in.
Miss Garvin,
Sir.
if you will, I have some good news that isn't part of the Financial 4000 series, but it's applicable to payment and finances. So I thought if you would be so kind, those papers I'm passing down have your individual names on. If you just take the top copy, it should be your personal information regarding what we found as a result of your request to investigate the travel reimbursement to and from board meetings. As you recall, at some point that was stopped. We're still not exactly sure why that was stopped. I just remember it was stopped because we were given some information that said something to the effect that that was not appropriate, only to more recently find that it is now acceptable at the state level. And so our new secretary, Mrs. Westfall, took the time to investigate that with the assistance. And so your individual copies from October through December retroactive reimbursements for your travel to those meetings are reflected in those packets. We would ask that you take the time before you leave us this evening and sign them so that we can process them further. I hope that's good news to each of you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we are going to continue into the 5000 series, which is student matters, personnel, legal matters, and Okay, we've got some transfers, some resignations, some extracurricular resignations, creations, service personnel, extracurricular, extra duty, and substitutes, and an additional resignation. Give you guys a second to double check those. Superintendent, and we slid. Okay, superintendent respectfully requests approval of items 5259 through 5273 in the 5000 series. Mrs. Knotts moves. Second. Mrs. Gallo seconds. Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Bringing us to the 8000 series, board member comments and discussions. Does anybody have anything they want to put on for the next agenda?
With respect to the SRO guidelines, we had sent out some communication asking about the hours that they were going to be here, and you had mentioned letting us know that, but I didn't see that in the updates tonight. If you could give us a little bit more of a detailed response on that.
A detail about what time they're expected to be here. I know that you had raised that question, Mr. Dowdy, and I spoke to both the supervisors of them, and they revisited that with them. And it's been my understanding that the building principals has seen a regular compliance with those expectations since that time. I did that immediately after you inquired about that.
You hadn't communicated anything with us, though,
Well,
so we didn't know.
I'm doing it right now.
What are you saying?
So I'm saying that when I learned from you that there was some concern about the arrival times, et cetera, sticking with what was committed to with the MOU, I brought that to the attention of their immediate supervisors, and he immediately took care of that, and I double-checked it with their building principal, Mrs. Knotts, and she has confirmed that is now taken care of.
Spell it out. The hours. When should they be here?
They should be here at least 7:15.
Okay.
Should we?
That's too late. We shouldn't have them the same time as parents.
That's the agreement you approved to have signed.
Well, we need to revisit it.
Well, we can. It's just the agreement you signed. You had me sign.
Do you want to meet them in the parking lot? That's why I sent you the email last week, and you had said that you would respond to it, and you failed to do so.
That is accurate, and I'm doing that right now.
Because I'm asking you to. If the board is interested in having us revisit the MOU, we can certainly craft something different, but I just want to remind you, currently, that is
a 30-day issue that you had me sign on your behalf.
If you feel that it's good for us to, for the parents to meet them in the parking lot as they're coming, and the rest of the board feels that that's safe, I'd urge you to come into a parking lot at the same time. Dr. Stallings?
I think
I think maybe we need to have that
yeah.
as a discussion on another.
Which is
down.
why I sent it out as an email. Sorry,
Right.
guys.
No, I just,
But it's,
I think we need
I-
I think we need to visit it and talk about it too, so.
Okay.
If we can put it on the agenda for our discussion item,
That's why I sent it out as an email.
but we're gonna get it on there now, Mr. Dowdy. It'll
It's,
be on,
you know how it goes.
no, you just now requested it. Can we please put the SRO arrival times?
The response that we got last week whenever I did that was, thank you for this concern. I will share this information and mention it as a follow-up to that meeting's discussion. And we didn't talk about it, so I had to bring it up in the 8,000 tonight, because we didn't talk about it.
It's disappointing that you're interpreting that way, Mr. Dowdy, but with all due respect, this is the discussion time. I was in contact with the building principal. I did my due diligence with the immediate supervisors. They did make the changes based on...
West Taylor Elementary,
Excuse
John.
me, excuse me.
Excuse me, I'm not just talking about West Taylor Elementary, John.
All right.
This,
Let's take a
we have
breath.
the due diligence with the email to send it out and to get a response each week. This 8,000 is for things that we talked about last week.
So we need some more information, and we'd like to revisit this on a broader subject.
I think that would be the professional way to do it.
So, as per the request, we will continue this discussion in the 8,000 series at the next meeting with additional information and potentially revisit that MOU.
Would it be okay to request the specifics that are wanting? What specifics are you interested
Well,
in having?
that's kind of what I was gonna say. I would like to have the principals at the schools bring any information that they, on the arrival times, on what we're to be discussing that night.
I just want to clarify, did everyone get my email? The 3 emails that I sent out about the SROs?
I did, and I did not interpret them the way you seem to have sent them, which I am
Okay.
one of group, so
Okay.
perhaps I am in.
And I don't have any problem with putting it on the agenda at all.
I can only ask. I'm only one of 5.
I think every board member has the prerogative and right to ask for things to be on the agenda. So I think Mr. Dowdy is asking for it to be on the agenda. But I also feel that
I am not just talking about West Taylor Elementary.
Right,
I'm
right,
talking about
right.
a security issue.
right, but I think for us to have a really good conversation and for us to come out with
We have to have transparency. We have to talk about these things.
right.
We
need to
can't
be
ignore
able-
it.
We need to be able to make sure that the principals and everybody's prepared to bring information, and that way we can come to some sort of resolutions. I think it's important for us to involve everybody, so if we can get it on the agenda, and I'm asking for the principals, the superintendent, and all board members to be prepared to talk about it next time.
That's what I was hopeful for.
Take that piece in. All right. Does anybody have any additional for the 8,000 series this evening? Any requests?
No requests. I just want to thank West Taylor for hosting us for the meeting this week and really appreciate all the hard work you guys do, and thank you for the information that we can refer to and look at your data. Thank you.
And thanks to the staff that presented tonight.
Any at all? series, future meetings. October 21st, 6 o'clock at the board office. November 4th, 6 o'clock at the middle school. November 18th, 6 o'clock at the board office. December 2nd, 6 o'clock at the high school. December 16th, 6 o'clock at the board office. Hopefully we're not adding anything. Thank you all so much for your time and your patience this evening, for your attention to everything that you do. At this point, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Taylor moves.
Second.
Ms. Gallo seconds. All those in favor? Aye. And that is 5, and we are adjourned at 6:53. Thank you all. Go safely. It's raining.